Thank you, Mr. Speaker. Gavin Newsom's corrupt redistricting scheme is worse than snake oil. It's arsenic to our democracy. You stand here, he's out there pontificating that in order to save democracy, we must destroy it. In order to empower the people, we must silence them and strip power from the Citizens Redistricting Committee. No one is going to fall for this. The voters want citizens to draw the lines, not politicians. You sit here and say, let the voters decide. They have already decided in 2010 over your objection, over the political class's objection. They gathered signatures and they put an initiative on the ballot that said enough is enough, no more gerrymandering. They saw the ill that gerrymandering represents to our democracy. They saw the corruption. They saw the lack of transparency. They saw the bribery, the vote rigging, politicians carving out communities, silencing voices. And they said enough, no more gerrymandering. In California, our voters are just, well, they're more advanced than other states' voters. They got it right a lot earlier. They gave us a gold standard in the Citizens Redistricting Commission. And what you're doing is saying, no, we don't care what they said in 2010. We are not listening to them. What they voted for to strip this body of the power that you are now apparently exercising in violation of the state constitution. The fact that we're even talking about redistricting on this floor today is a violation of the oath to uphold the state constitution. The fact that we're voting on a map today purportedly drawn up by the legislature, it's in violation of Article 21. You don't possess the authority to do this. The voters already decided and took you out of the process. But here we are today. Here we are today violating the state constitution by even voting on these three items. You know, what we've witnessed in the last 3 weeks, this circus, is exactly underscoring the wisdom of the voters in 2010. Let me go through the differences between what they created with the Independent Citizen Redistricting Commission and what all of you have shown you're capable of in the last 3 weeks. Citizens draw the map under the Citizens Redistricting process. Under this process, politicians are manipulating the lines. Under the Redistricting Commission that the citizens created, all of their meetings are open meetings. Under their rules, the commissioners are barred from having any conversation ex parte. You lawyers in the room know what that means. You're not allowed to take proposals or talk about lines or draw maps. All the map drawing occurs in real time on camera in open session. We know that these maps were drawn behind closed doors by a bunch of political consultants, and yet none of you are willing to put your names or reveal the names of who drew the maps. The Citizens Commission has to do it on a nonpartisan basis. You are openly admitting you're doing it for partisan advantage. Citizens on the
Assemblymember DeMaio, you're out of order. Please do not impugn the motives of members. Thank you.
Citizens on the Redistricting Commission are barred for 10 years from seeking any election, county, state, or federal. We know that legislators that are involved in this process are actively preparing campaigns to run for these districts. The citizens process created competitive districts where voters' voices are paramount and determine the outcome of the election. The maps that you're trying to impose are not competitive. And in fact, you take rural voters and you shove them in with urban voters to dilute their voice. How undemocratic. You want to talk about stripping people of their voice. I heard my colleague from Los Angeles and many of you say, we're doing this to protect health care.
30 seconds.
We're doing this because California's losing money. I wish you fought harder to solve the problems of this state as hard as you're fighting for some of these congressional districts for yourself and your colleagues. I wish you would fight to actually solve real problems happening here in California that actually matter. Look, the voters are ultimately going to be forced to decide this again. I think that once they understand what's going on, they will vote you down. Now, I know you're trying your hardest with a dishonest ballot title
Thank you, Assembly Member.
to deprive them of a fair election.
Assemblymember DeMaio.
But
Thank you,
ultimately,
Assemblymember.